Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh, are we having a good Tuesday? No meeting tonight because Tanya Jean is at the lake. She's in Tennessee at the lake and she's having a great time. We were texting late last night, and then we talked today, and she is having a really, really good time at the lake. Although she said, so they got there on Sunday, and she said Sunday and yesterday it's like been raining off and on, but they took the boat out, and so they're keeping their boat in Tennessee this summer in Lake Norris, Tennessee. And so she's like, the weather's off and on. She was like, we took the boat out anyway, and the water was beautiful and all that. Hey, how are you? They're good. They're real good. They're napping right now.
That's good.
Gideon got a haircut.
Yeah, he got it about a week ago.
Aw, he looks so nice.
Real handsome, doesn't he?
He looks very handsome. Hey, you too. It's so funny, everybody, like how quickly news moves in the neighborhood. Everybody's like, when they walk by, they'll be like, oh, I heard you guys got some new puppies, and how are the new puppies and whatever. I'm like, they're good, they're doing great. So anyway, Tanya Jean is in Tennessee, so there was no meeting tonight. And I actually, Cousin Caroline could not do Cousin Fun Day tomorrow, so we did Cousin Fun Day today, but neither one of us had a whole lot to do. And so we were literally only gone like an hour, which is probably pretty good anyway. They're doing so well with like the crate training thing. Not as well today with the leash training, but for Alex or I. But the crate training they're doing really, really well with. So they just kind of like, I like put them down outside the crate. And I'm like, go in your house. And they both kind of like walk in. They just like lay down. And other than yesterday when Alex was like leaving to go to work, they haven't like cried at all. And so I put them in there for like an hour at a time. Sometimes like I took a nap last night, and so they were in there for like an hour and a half. And when I went down there, they like just kind of like they were sleeping, and they like got up, and I took them out, and they were out with us for the rest of the night. I actually took a nap early last night, and so they were out with us for the rest of the night, until Alex went to bed. And then we were upstairs, and then we watched, well, I'll get to all this in a second, but we watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. The last part of the reunion, we watched it downstairs last night, and then we went upstairs. And then he watched some Love Island UK or something, and then I kind of just like laid there with them while they were playing and stuff like that. And then I brought them downstairs, took them out again. I take them out about like every hour and a half, 2 hours. And then they just like, they played for like, I think at that point it was like 11:30 or 12, and they played until like 1:30 or 2, and then they slept on either side of me. And I took them down to bed, to their house about like, I think it was like 4 o'clock. They slept straight through until I got up. I got up at about 10:30 today, and I went downstairs and I got them, and they just were like, they like sat up like in their crate, like let's go. They're catching on real quick. Like yesterday, was it yesterday that came? I think it was yesterday that it came. The ramp stairs. So I'm gonna do a whole haul video on my Peter Does Stuff channel showing a lot of the stuff that I got for the dog so far. But it's like this ramp staircase thing. It's not really a ramp and it's not really stairs, but it's so that they can go up to like, so under the bed, like at the end of the bed, we have this, Alex got it years ago. It's like this bench thing that we can like store pillows and stuff in it and blankets. And so it goes up to that, and then that's like 2 or 3 inches below the bed, and then they can just jump up on the bed. But like Walter's the tan one. What is this? These trucks that sound like, oh, it's the construction people that are over there. They must be leaving for the day. I'm looking to see if they drive by. Yeah. Walter, like, okay, so they're both walking up the stairs now. It's so cute. Otis is so small that he kind of like does this when he's going up the stairs, but like, if Walter is now bounding up the stairs, okay? He's like boom, 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 but it reminds me of Little Boo Radley so much. And he's just like bouncing up the stairs. And so when he does it, like I'll turn around and he'll go up the stairs. And we've also found out that we put up all of our shoes, okay? No matter if they have 35 toys. Well, here's the thing, okay? No matter if they have 34, I don't know how many toys they have. They have a lot of toys I bought. And some of the old ones that we never, like from the Bark box that we never use, because Tucker and Boo Radley at that point weren't like, Tucker didn't really like them and stuff. So anyway, we've got some leftover toys that they never used that I gave to them. Alex went through them, and He's like, I don't even know we have these toys. Like, we never use these. So they have so many toys. Bones, they love. Greenie, the little bones, they love. Greenies, they love. I actually got today, like, the sticks. But here's the rules, okay? We don't care how many toys you got us, Dad. We would prefer plastic shoes and furniture because they're teething right now. Their teeth are coming in. And the rule also goes that even though we each get a Greenie and even though we each get a bone, my brother's bone and my brother's Greenie looks better than the one that I have. So it's constant fighting. I forgot how much fun it is to have puppies. I mean, we were watching TV last night. We were just like watching them the whole, I mean, it's so cute. They're so cute. And they are just the best of friends. They just follow each other around. So anyway, so like last night, I thought there's no way Otis, he's like so small, that he's going to figure out this like how to, I mean, it's like a really kind of like, it's not steep, it's this like bench thing and it's real wide too, that, not bench thing, but ramp. It's like staircase, kind of, I'll show it to you guys in a video. But anyway, I was like, there's no way that Otis is going to figure it out. Well, I walked Walter up it one time. We tried with Boo and Tucker to get them to do the stairs, like the foam stairs that you get next to the bed, and they just could never figure it out. They just couldn't. Well, Walter walked up at one time. Oh, here's a FedEx truck. I'm wondering if this is their crate, because almost everything has come now, so I'm thinking that this might be the crate. If this is for me. Is it for me? It is so hot out here. I literally just poured myself this glass of water, so. Is this for me? I can't tell if it's for me or not. It's parked down there somewhere. Anyway, I walked Walter up at one time, and he's like, now he runs up and down it. Like, literally, it just took him one time. Well, I thought, there's no way Otis. I mean, I walked Otis up and down it a couple times. Now Otis can do it completely fine. He just like walks up it like he has no problem. He doesn't go up like fast like Walter does. He like takes his time and he goes up real slow. But they have like no problem with the ramp stairs. They like got it real quick. They are learning. I'm kind of surprised, you know, like, I mean, they're puppies, and let's just be for real, they're not the smartest dogs in the entire world. They're not dumb, but they're, you know what I mean? Like, they're puppies. And so, like, a lot of stuff they're catching on. Like, when I open the door now, they, like, walk out, you know, on their leashes and stuff like that. And then they walk down the stairs, and when I bring them back up, like, before I had to, like, pick them up and carry them in the door. I mean, we've had them 3 days. And now they just, like, they'll walk up the stairs and they wait for me to open the door and stuff like that. They do not love their leashes. They do not love the leash training. So, today, Caroline and I went out, and then when I got back, I was back for like, I think I got back at like 1, I think it was like, Caroline came and picked me up at like 12, so I got back here at like, I think it was like 1:15 or 1:30, I don't know. Anyway, I was texting Laura about going to the pool, and she was like, yeah, because it was like 93 today, it's been beautiful. And so she was like, yeah, let's go to the pool. She would have hated it. She never made it up to the pool. But it was, I counted at one time, and there was, I think, what did I tell her? There was like 17 people at the pool, and like all of them were kids. And they were like whipping these balls, and they were taking the noodles, and they were like snapping on the water and stuff like that. I just sat in the shallow end the whole time. But anyway, Alex was getting off work early, and so that I knew that he was coming home. And so I went up there. I think I went up there at like, I only stayed up there for like an hour. So I went up there at like 3:15. So I took them out. We did some leash training. Went upstairs to the bedroom. They were laying in the bedroom. They were fighting and whatever, and they started to fall asleep. And I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to take them to their crate. So, like, Otis went between the two pillows, and then, like, Walter, like, fell asleep on his side. And so I just, like, picked him up. It was so funny because Walter was, like, he was, like, asleep, and I put him in their crate. And then I went to the pool. I was kind of waiting for that. And so, I went down to the pool, and then Alex said that when he got home, he was going to come up to the pool, too. By then, half of the kids had left, but there were still a lot of kids in the pool. So, anyway, Laura never made it up. Alex came home, well, when he got home from work, and before he came to the pool, he like took them out and put them on their leashes and stuff, and he's like, they don't like their leashes at all. And I said, no, I'm trying to like train them. Like, we're doing leash training in the driveway. And I said, well, what did they do? And he goes, well, like Otis like fought me on the leash. She just doesn't like, he's real resistant to it. And he said, Walter just sat down. And I said, so like, because we both like been reading up like how to do like leash training and stuff like that. The funny thing about it is Boo and Tucker, like, they did not like to walk on leashes either. They were good with Alex on leashes, but with me, they hated to walk on leashes. Pee-Pee would do a leash, but he didn't love it. So we're starting early with them. But everything else they're kind of catching on. Like, like the food, and like I take them right outside, right? I mean, like we go outside so many times. I think they're starting to learn the word potty a little bit. That might be the only word that they're starting to kind of maybe learn a little bit. But anyway, so we were up at the pool. By the time we left, it was like everybody but this one woman, and like I thought they were her kids, but I've never seen this woman at the pool before. Is this for me? The FedEx truck came back around the other way. Is this for me? I think this is for me. I will be back. They're parked right in front of the house. Okay, I'll be back in 2 and 2 and see if this is, it should be for me. The only thing I have left coming is the crate, so hopefully this is the crate. I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. It was not their crate. It was the second water bowl and food bowl. So I bought at PetSmart the other day, I bought this, I think I explained this in the vlog the other day, but I bought this, it's kind of like raised, you know what I'm talking about? It has like this little like metal bone thing on it, and it's like a water and food bowl thing. That was when I thought we were just getting one dog. And so anyway, so then when I knew that we were getting 2 dogs, I ordered these silicone, they're like, so that they don't like, you know, move on the ground, and they're real low. And I got them, because like Otis was so small, but anyway, so I got 2 of them, green and blue. Those are the colors that I'm doing, because like the harnesses and leashes are green and blue. Their food things are green and blue. That way I can kind of like keep it in order and all kind of stuff. So anyway, the second one came today of that. But anyway, what was I saying? Something about going to the pool. Oh, so Alex, when he was like, yeah, he was like, when I got home, he was like, I took them out and put them on their leashes. He's like, they do not like their leashes. Did I say this already? I did say this already, didn't I? And I was like, and he was like, yeah, he was like Otis was real resistant, and he was like, but like Walter like just kind of like sat down. So it's gonna take some training and stuff like that. Oh, this is what I was saying. But they're like really pretty smart, like so far. I'm kind of surprised that they're catching on as quick as they are to some things. But like some things they do not listen to at all. Like when they are like chewing on, well, Walter, when he's like chewing on furniture and stuff, and I'll be like, and, you know, like, and so we're trying to redirect them with like chew toys and stuff. So I called the vet and I was like, which one of like the bitter sprays do you like? And so they told me which one she likes, as far as like, because we haven't had a dog that like bit on furniture and stuff like that in a long time. And the bottom stair yesterday, I walked out of the room for like, it was probably maybe not even 3 or 4 minutes. And the bottom stair, the carpet, they had like, it was like unwound it. Like, I was, oh my God. I told Alex, he just started laughing. He's like, this is how it's going to be for a while. So anyway, whatever kind of the spray is that you spray on stuff, it's a real healthy one that the vet liked. And so I got some of that stuff today at PetSmart. They had it at PetSmart. And so anyway, but they're learning stuff real quick. And it's interesting because like the stuff that I sprayed it on the bottom of this furniture, where there's this table in the kitchen, the corner table in the kitchen, where they always like they've been chewing the legs. And Walter went over to it today, like after I'd sprayed it, and he like smelled it and he like walked away. And that's like the last time he's been chewing on it. So yeah, so anyway, so Alex was telling me, he's like, yeah, I took him out, blah, 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 and all kind of stuff. I had just taken him out not too long ago, so they got to go out like twice in an hour that time. And then Alex came to the pool, and then we stayed at the pool until about, I think it was like 4:15. The sun was going back on the pool. And so I came back, and then I was taking them out, and then Laura came over, and we were talking and stuff like that, and about like introducing them to her dog. And so we're like talking about like the timing and letting them getting adjusted to the house a little bit before introducing them to her dog. Her dog is really like a well-behaved dog, and she's done all this kind of like, who was talking up there? Training and stuff, but she's like a big like puppy, and she, like is playful and stuff. So we're like, let's just kind of like, you know, she was the one that suggested it. She's like, maybe we should just like wait a little bit until they're more like adjusted to the house and stuff like that. It is so hot out here. Let's do a time and temperature check real quick. So, oh, my neighbor across the street just. Oh, my neighbor across the street asked me if I could. Hold on a second. So the other day she asked me, she's like, can you carry these bags, because they're kind of heavy, to the basement of Salt for their water softener? So she texted me and she said, when you get a chance, could you please carry another bag of salt to our basement? Thanks. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm filming a video right now, but when I'm done, I can't. So, anyway. What was I going to tell you? I guess I should kind of go back to last night. So last night, well, let me tell you what happened too. So today I didn't film any other videos except for my vlog. Like I said, I'm kind of taking it day by day. It's really nice. First of all, I'm really enjoying just getting to know the pups and know their schedule and stuff like that. And in all honesty, if we hadn't, I probably wouldn't feel as bad about it had I not just gone to Mexico and taken off like an extended period of time from filming videos. But you know, very rarely do I ever take off. Like, I mean, maybe like on weekends, but I still vlog. Like, I can't even, the last time that I took a day off, like from filming any kind of videos at all, was the day that we came back from Mexico. And before then, I think it was like the day we came back from Mexico in April, which would have been April 1st. I think I filmed a video, like a vlog at least every single day. And what's interesting is that when people will reach out to me, they'll be like, you haven't filmed anything in 4 days. I'm like, I've sat outside and filmed like an hour and a half, hour and 15-minute vlog. Like, that's 5 times as long as a lot of videos that people film that put up 2 videos a week, you know? And so I'm like, please go watch my vlog channel. I mean, it's not a whole lot different than other things, but anyway. So, but it's really nice just kind of like taking it slow. I do feel bad because I've had all these video ideas of stuff that I wanted to do, you know? In fact, today, when I got home from Cousin Fun Day with Caroline, even though I didn't get very much stuff, so I was like, I was going to do a haul. I want to do like a haul, like of all like the pet stuff. Not all of it, but some of the pet stuff that I bought. But today, like I went to Trader Joe's and I bought like the 2 same sandwiches, the 2 same salads I always buy. I bought some of this, it's fudge, but it's like hot fire fudge to review on my review channel. They still did not have the espresso tonics. So I didn't get the espresso tonic, but there was something else that I got. Because Caroline's like, why are you getting this hot, it's fudge, but it's like fire fudge. I don't know what it's going to taste like at all. But she was like, and then when I was at Costco, they had these snickerdoodle, they're in the ice cream section at Costco if you want them, but they're snickerdoodle cookies with like ice cream in the middle of them. And then right next to them, they have these ice cream bars that are covered, are you ready for this? It's like, I think it's vanilla ice cream covered by caramel popcorn, which I absolutely love. Popcornopulous, I used to love that stuff. So anyway, I started getting them in both boxes, and Caroline goes, no, you only need one of those. I was like, no, if I want both of them, I'll have both of them. But anyway, I was like, no, you're right. So, oh, and then they also, Costco always has the best snacks. Costco also had apple fritter donut holes. They have all these different, like, donut holes that are so good. They like the old-fashioned donut holes. So what was the ones I used to get? The churro, oh my god, the churro donut holes, those are the best. And so I was like, no. And so I can't get all this stuff. If I have it here, I'll eat it. You know what I mean? So anyway, but I got these ice cream cones. So I was going to review those today. I was going to do this haul, but I really hadn't bought that much stuff. So I was like, so last night I was like watching TV. They were like wild for like 2.5 hours. And finally they like, well, Walter is the crier. So he'll like come up and he'll be like, so like I picked him up and then he like curled and slept right by my side. And then Otis came over and I picked him up. Otis kind of like goes from my side to the ottoman and then he lays on Walter. They literally, you guys, they sleep side by side. I think I took pictures last night actually. She said, if it's okay, it would be better when you're done. Yeah, that's fine. I'll text you. I think I took some. Ooh, I took these pictures of them out in the yard. I'm gonna post these pictures up later, but y'all, what is coming down the street now? I watched the Sherry Papini finally, the 4-part documentary on HBO Max called. Sorry, as I was showing you guys this, the camera just went like that. I don't. What is going on? It's really loose. It went like that, and it just like fell completely down. And you were looking at my lap. Okay. 1 second. So last night I watched the Sherry Papini 4-part documentary called Caught in the Lie. Have you guys heard it? Okay. So the first one's called, what's the first one? Sherry. You know, yesterday I said I was going to start using the new tripod, and today I totally forgot. It's sitting in the chair. There's no reason. It might even be on the desk or the table. This tripod, I think, has seen better days. I need to order, like, before the... So, they're called, like, the Sun Pack. I don't know. They're, like, $9.99 each. They're my own, like, my favorite tripod of life, and they're so cheap. I need to order... Sherry Papini documentary. I need to order, like 4 of these is what I need to do. But anyway... Perfect Wife, The Mysterious Disappearance of Sherry Papini. And then last night, everybody's been telling me to watch Sherry Papini Caught in the Lie, okay? So it's 4 parts. I'm going to do a full reaction to it. I took notes on every episode. It is... So when I started watching it, I was like, is this just a retelling? Well, before I get into the TV shows I'm talking about, let me tell you about the whole dog thing. So, well, I guess I should back up. It is so hot out here. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So last night at some point, I was watching Poker... I think it was when I was watching Poker Face, because I watched an episode and a half. I finished the episode... I wasn't as far as I thought I was. I'm now on episode 8, which is with Melanie... I think her name's Melanie Linsky, the actress that's on Yellow Jackets. She's like the main star. She's like... I saw in an interview that she's best friends with Natasha Lyonne, who is in Poker Face, which is probably why. So there's always like a guest star. So... Last night I finished, what was the episode that I finished? It was about the Super Saver store and the guy that wants to be like the movie writer, and then like there's a robbery that goes bad. Like I watched that episode, I finished that episode last night, started the night before. And then last night I started the one with Melanie Linsky, and it's when she's like, goes to this hotel lobby and stuff. So I started watching that, I only got like halfway through it. The reason why it's easy to watch half of an episode of Poker Face and like stop it is because the first half is like the background story of what happened, and then the second half is Natasha Lyonne's character, her name's Charlie in it, and then she comes in and she solves the mystery, but you already know what happened in the mystery. I have to be honest with you, I loved season 1 of this, and I still love her character. Season 2 is not as good. It just is not as good. I mean, I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm kind of bored of it. But I'm making it through. So I'm halfway through episode 8 tonight. So, so anyway, I was watching that. When did I watch that? Well, I finished the Sherry... Was it last night? No, I didn't watch Big Brother. That was the night before. So, I watched a Sherry Papini documentary, because I was like, I'm going to watch this documentary tonight. Oh, there was something else I was waiting to watch. Maybe I started TV a lot earlier than that. Because my nap was early last night. I must have started TV a lot earlier than that. Maybe Alex went to bed earlier. I honestly don't remember. Anyway, I think I started TV earlier. Because I knew Caroline was coming today at noon, and I was like, I gotta get up, and, you know, I'm not used to, like, getting the dogs ready and taking them out and getting them fed and all that kind of stuff before I, like leave for a little bit. So, anyway, so I was watching Poker Face, and was that I think I watched Poker Face before I went to bed. Yeah, I watched the Sherry Papini case, and then I finished an episode of Poker Face, and I watched the next one, which was total like a half an hour. And so they were sleeping on either side of me, and I just felt so relaxed, and I was like, okay, the anxiety has not gone away yet. I will say that. I'm like, each day I've woken up with, like, I would say pretty extreme anxiety. And I knew it wasn't just gonna, like, go away because of the dogs, but I think it's like, I'm kind of back to this, like, who's texting me? Oh, it's a sober friend of mine. Just checking in to see how I'm doing. It was so sweet. He was saying something about when we met 11 years ago. God, it's crazy that I've known him for that long. Who called me? Oh. So, I was sitting there and I was like, this has been really nice. Just like hanging out with them, getting used to them, getting their comfort. I mean, I'm never going to have these early moments again with them. And I will say, I do think about things, like as far as like filming videos, as far as like beginning of the month, end of the month. Like, I try to get so many videos done, like in a month, just for my own, like, you know, like I want to aim at this. And I I'm much lower than what I usually aim for because I took the first week of July off, and now I really haven't filmed much. It's been 5 days since I filmed on anything but my other vlog channel. And so last night in my head, I made a list of all my videos. Like on my drama channel, I was going to do like a life update and talk about the dogs, and there were some other things I wanted to share on there. And then I had like, well, I had something else for the review, these cookies I bought at Trader Joe's. The ice cream sandwiches, I wanted to do a dog haul. I wanted to do the Sherry Papini case, but I also have PI Moms from Trainwreck. Oh, I know, Area 51, Trainwreck Area 51 was coming on at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was going to watch that, but I said I was going to save it tonight because I thought I was going to do the Sherry Papini thing. And then the Christmas books, Christmas and July books for my BookTube channel. So I had like videos on every channel that I was going to make. And in fact, I thought, well, I just won't go to bed as late. I'm tired, but I've been waking up right away when I wake up, like, and coming downstairs and taking them right out and whatever. They've been so fantastic. Like, they're just like in their crate, like when I go down there. It really reminds me of Boo and Tucker. Boo and Tucker did so fantastically in their crate, and now they, I carry Otis downstairs, and Walter like walks behind me, and like I'll just set him outside. Like I open the crate. Well, we keep it open, but I'll like open the door a little bit, and they both just walk in and sit down. They like really like it. I'm kind of surprised. So anyway, I mean, they haven't fought me on it or anything like that. They just sit down there. We've got all kinds of blankets and toys and all this kind of stuff in there. So yeah. So anyway, but I was like, I'm never going to be able to experience these early days again. And I was like, I want to take it day by day. If tomorrow I wake up, and I'm just doing this for like the rest of the week. If tomorrow I wake up and I want to go to the pool for an hour or two again, and I want to spend some time with them and do the training and take a nap with them in the afternoon and whatever, then I'll just vlog tomorrow. If I wake up, and because today, oh, this is what I was going to say. Today, I was going to wake up early, and I was going to get like 2 or 3 videos filmed before I went with Caroline. Well, that didn't happen because I was doing a bunch of other stuff around the house and whatever. And so, and this is the other thing, like I'm not used to all of this. So like, but I do keep myself pretty busy with like doing laundry and cleaning the kitchen and all this kind of stuff. And like I told Caroline this today, it's so funny because like our house is not spotless by any means, but like, and this is not just the OCD. It's like, I do like things to be like organized to some degree. I always kind of like explain it to people. It's kind of like, it's not a mess, but like organized mess. It's like this has a place, that has a place, whatever. And so like when I go to bed, like the toys are all in their bed, like the blankets are folded up, like that kind of stuff. I said, Caroline, this is only going to last so long. I mean, they're puppies, you know? Like I was even saying to her, like the puppy pads, like that was the other thing. The puppy pad, they have figured out the puppy pad. I don't know. Caroline was like, I think they have some kind of scent in the puppy pad. I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. But they are using the puppy pad right away. And they haven't really had many accidents inside the house anyway, which kind of surprises me. I thought it was going to be a mess. Maybe it's because I'm taking them out a lot. I don't know. But like last night, I don't know which one it was. I just saw that it was wet. They peed like right in the middle of the puppy pad. But I also told Caroline, I was like, I don't want to have like 10 puppy pads around the house. I just don't want them to get used to going on the puppy pad. Like to have a puppy pad when they're puppies, early, like, you know, or potty pad or whatever they're called, in case they have an accident or whatever, like that's totally fine. But I don't want them to be like 4 and have like puppy pad on the stairs, puppy pad. I don't want to do that. Like they need to be like trained and stuff like that. And I'm real committed to that. So anyway, last night I was just like laying there and I was like, you know what? Like I'm never going to get these days back again. I can film like when they're like, you know, in August and September, they're going to be like totally, you know, not totally, but they're gonna be better than they are now, and then I can just like film videos and whatever. Honest to God, like to put them in their house, like their crate for like an hour and a half while I film videos would be no thing. Like they walk right in there and they take a nap. So, I mean, they play real hard for like an hour or two, and then they like are out for like 2 hours. So like just like, I mean, crashed out of sleep for like 2 hours. I was saying that to Tanya, and Tanya just laughed. She goes, "Babe, they're puppies. That's what puppies do. They play real hard, and then and it's funny because like last night, like I was watching my show and they were like running around, they were playing, I'd given them these little bones and stuff. And they were playing, I mean, they were running really, really hard. And the same thing happened last night when Alex and I were watching Atlanta reunion. They were like just running and I took videos and they were being so funny. And then all of a sudden, like Otis just went over to the bed and he was like, I mean, literally like asleep. And then like Walter, so I have 2 beds. Then I was like one of the small beds is next to the big bed. And then Walter went to the smaller bed and he just like laid in it and fell. I mean, it's like 1 second they're like hardcore playing, the next, I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to puppies, you know? So anyway, so last night I was watching Poker Face and I thought, if you get up tomorrow and you don't film a bunch of videos, you don't film a bunch of videos. It's summer, you know, you're going to be trapped inside the house for all fall and winter anyway. You're not going to have the pool. You're not going to take them outside. You know, like, I'll take them outside, obviously, but it's not like I can, you know, whatever. And so I was like, if you film videos tomorrow, you film videos. So I got to stop beating myself up about that, you know? People are going to wait, you know? They'll know. They'll wait. So, oh, by the way, the chipmunks, it's out of control. Okay, there is like this huge hole that they have like dug, and you can see the drainage pipe going through it. So I don't know if you can see this right here, but do you see that hole right there? Okay, that's where the chipmunk hole starts. Now look at this. That's what I came out this morning and they dug up, which the dogs are real intrigued with. So I had to like keep them away from that. Did I? Hold on a second. Ooh. Oh, this camera is so hot again. Did I do a time and temperature check? I don't think I did. Let me have a drink of water first. It is currently 5:08 p.m. Let's see what the temperature is at 5:08. It's not super humid today, I will say that. It's just hot. Oh my lord. The temperature is 96 degrees and it feels like 104. Laura was saying she thought I looked like I got some sun. And she's like, oh, I wish I could have got up there. She was like, she had work stuff to do and she was doing some other stuff. She would have hated it anyway with all the kids. But anyway, so she was like, you look like you got some sun. I was like, I was literally there for an hour. I just sat on the steps. And then Alex came and he like stood. He's not like a big swimmer. He came and like stood and like talked to me and stuff like that. I told her, I said, if it's nice tomorrow, I might go up there for another hour or two. Tonight's low temperature will be nearly the same as last night's. It was hot last night. I took them out at like, well, it was right before they laid down with me in the chair, so it would have been like 1 or something like that, or 2. I took them out and I was like, oh my god, it is so hot out here. I couldn't believe it. Let's see what tomorrow is supposed to be like. 93, intervals of clouds and sunshine, a stray thunderstorm is possible. Well, depending on the weather, and this is so strange, you guys, so tomorrow it's 93. This is why I'm kind of like waiting on the videos a little bit, if you want to know the truth. Because, I mean, we got 1 month of summer left. The kids at the pool today, we're talking about, so, North Central High School, which is our, like, it's the high school in our township. It's where Caroline went to high school. They start school in 2 days. I was hearing these kids talk about how they start school at North Central in 2 days. I was like, school starts in 2 days? Seriously? So, and we've got August left, and then maybe like a week in September before the pool's closed. Like, I want to use it. And let me just tell you, okay, so tomorrow 93, partly sunny, lots of clouds, whatever, maybe a stray thunderstorm. 93 tomorrow. Thursday, 75, rain showers early with overcast sky. 75, 20 degrees lower. Friday, 79. It's supposed to cool down, which I am not sad about the cooling down at all. Like, we need that a little bit. Saturday, 80. Sunday, 82. Monday, 81. And then it's supposed to rain next week. Friday, 89, but thunderstorms. I mean, all this weather will change. But, so the end of this week is supposed to be kind of cool. So I was like, you know what? Those are days that I can film videos. I'm going to go to the pool for an hour or two, you know, while they're taking a nap. And enjoy the pool a little bit and enjoy the summer. So yeah, so last night, I don't know, what time did Monday. I don't even remember when I vlogged yesterday. Oh, I vlogged yesterday when Alex was making a salad in the kitchen and he had taken the dogs out and stuff like that, and I went inside and they were eating their little greenies. I said that at the end of the vlog because that's why I named the vlog It Feels Like Home Again, because it did. I will say, like, there was a moment the other day and I got like real sad about Boo Radley or something. So I've been explaining to Walter and Otis the story of Boo Radley, Tucker, and Pee-Pee and telling them the story of their brothers and their history and stuff like that. I know that they don't know. I know. This is for Peter. And so I was like telling them the story of their brothers and whatever. And so anyway, and I probably do that just to make myself sad. I don't even know why. I mean, they make me so happy, right? But I'm not opposed to feeling sad. I mean, it's a human emotion, you know? And I think that without sadness, there is no joy. And so anyway, but Alex and I were talking about it, and he said something about, you seem like really sad. And I said, I'm happy. Like, I'm so excited to have them, but yes, there's a sadness that comes along with it. I think it's if you've gone through grief, and I knew this was, I think, one of my apprehensions about getting new dogs, because I knew this would happen eventually, that, like, when new things start happening, like with my mom, I recognize this, and with my aunt and uncle and with friends and things like that have passed. It's like as time goes on and new things happen, it's not just about like getting it. I think it looks like getting a dog and then like it replaces the memories of the old dog. It's not that. It's like if we moved into a new house or if we started something, you know, anything new could be like, anyway, when you start experiencing those things, like the grief is so hard because it's like a leaving behind of that. But over time, like I can remember the first couple years with my mom, it's like I felt like I smelled her everywhere. Like I felt like I would hear her, you know, like calling my name, or it's just like every day, all day, just memories flooded, you know. And then slowly, it's like people ask me all the time, how do you get through grief? I don't know. I have no idea how to get through grief. Feel your feelings, I will tell you that. Feel your feelings and live out loud. And if you don't have anybody to talk to about it, journal the hell out of it, I guess. And I did that, you know, but over time, I mean, it's not like a day goes by that I don't think about my mom, but it's not like, oh my God. It's like in context to something, you know, like I was talking at the pool today about this woman because like our neighbors that live behind us, their mother, so it's this, obviously his husband and wife, but their mother and father, well, she knows the woman that lives there, so it's and her husband, but his parents were friends of my mom and my aunts, and so I was telling them that and where they grew up and stuff because they grew up not too far away. And Caroline knows the parents really well because it was one of my Aunt Kathy's best friends, and so I was telling her that, and she was like, how long did your mom live here? And I was like, my mom moved in here in like 94. And I said I was in treatment at the time, and then when I got out of treatment, my mom got sober 6 months later, and then she passed in 08, and then I moved in here in 08. And she's like, oh my God, you guys have lived here since 08. And I was like, yeah. I said, oh my God, you guys, the camera is so hot. I'm a little worried. Why is this? Hold on a second. I need to bring up that new tripod. She goes, you guys have lived in here for a long time. I was like, yeah. I said, we're one of the longest, like we've been one of the residents that's here the longest. And so anyway, I mean, in context like that, I'll like think about my mom. And I was telling her, I was like, my mom and I used to come up here and go swimming a lot at night and stuff like that. But I think about that, like that was like the first couple years I was sober. That was 30 years ago. You know, I mean, it's kind of crazy when I think about that in the context of that. Was like, that was 30, that was over, I mean, that probably would have been this summer 30 years ago. Because my mom had just gotten sober June 2nd. And that had gotten sober December 17th of 94. So that would have been 30 years ago this summer that like my mom and I would come over here and like, I would go to a meeting, she would go to a meeting, and we would like meet, we would go to the pool in the summer, and then we would drink coffee and talk and stuff like that. Yeah, that was the summer a lot. I also rollerbladed a lot around this neighborhood. I know it's kind of hard to believe. Not roller skated. I actually think roller skating is more difficult than rollerblading. I still have my original rollerblades down in the basement. I was gonna bring out the roller skates this summer, and I never did that. Well, summer's not over yet, still got time. But anyway, but I don't think about my mom the way that I used to, and I don't feel bad about it, and I don't feel like it's a betrayal. And I know that my mom wouldn't want me 24 hours a day thinking about her. But it's hard at the same time because little things that the dogs do remind me of Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee. I find Alex and I talking about like, oh, you know, like he reminds, because so they're half Chihuahua. So Pee-Pee was, you know, full-blood Chihuahua. And so like parts of them like remind us of, you know, like we were actually like, I was telling them, so I'm big into the stories, right? So Pee-Pee was from a farm. Alex's ex got him off of like a farm. And he wasn't like, they were just like getting rid of these puppies. And so I was telling them today, I said, you know, you guys were like in a bad situation and you were living on this front porch, and they were just kind of like looking at me, and I said, and your older brother Pee-Pee, like he lived on a farm, and because I think he was from Kentucky too. And so I was like, you guys are all from Kentucky. They're just like kind of like looking at me and stuff like that. It was real sweet. The landscaper guy today, so they were out here mowing the lawn. The landscaper guy, I was like holding them until he like passed by, and he stopped and he goes, can I come over and see them? He was so friendly. They are so good with people and animals. Like, it's so crazy they're already getting socialized. But that's also one of the reasons why I want to start taking them on walks. Our vet told us, well, the vet tech told me, she said, she was like, the leash training, I said something about like people telling me to do it in the driveway. She goes, they're little dogs. I wouldn't do a whole lot of leash training in this heat. She was like, until it starts cooling down. She was like, you can do it in the driveway. She was like, but I would not do, you know, like a bunch of like taking them for like a 20-minute walk. She was like, it's too hot. You need to keep them hydrated and stuff like that. So, but anyway, in a strange way, it's like really nice talking to our vet's office again. And I mean, it's weird. We've been with them for so long. And so yeah, we don't see the vet until is it next Friday? It's next Friday or the Friday after, because they have to like do all this like all the anyway, all the first appointment stuff. And so the vet that we want, I said we can get her into any vet or get them into any vet, and they're like, do you want to see? I was like, yes. So I can't remember if it's next Friday. If it's next Friday or the Friday after that is when they go and see their vet, and they'll probably have to have like all kinds of stuff done that day. They're gonna be so tired. Who was that? Tanya was telling me, she was like, they're gonna be so tired after they go to the vet that day. So, but gotta do it. Gotta take care of the little dudes. So anyway, last night when I got done vlogging, I started putting up my vlog. Oh, I was gonna take a walk last night. It was so humid, and I never heard from Alex's mom. It was so hot last night. I was like, I am not doing a walk. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to go to the pool, and Alex was watching the dogs, and I was like, I don't know that I even want to walk down to the pool. And so I came out here. I think I was talking to somebody on the phone. Maybe that was when I was talking to Tanya, and I could hear that there was a bunch of kids down at the pool. I was like, I'm just skipping the pool tonight. So Alex and I watched. I was like, do you want to? He was watching. I think he was watching Love Island UK episode, and I was like, do you want to watch Atlanta? He's like, yeah, do you care if I finish this? I was like, no. So we came downstairs, we watched Love Island, or we watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, the third part of the reunion. I actually have to say, well, first of all, it ended very nicely, and a lot of reunions don't. Angela Oakley, who I didn't like most of the season, I really liked her on the reunion, and I thought Charles Oakley, like, really stood his, like, he held his own on the reunion. I thought the reunion was good. I really, really liked it. Portia and Shamia, their friendship makes me so sad that it's, like, falling apart, but I hope that it can be. I mean, sometimes the next season starts, and you'll see them on there, and they'll be like, yeah, we, like, worked everything out, so who knows how it'll be. But anyway, I think the audience really wants them to get along, and so they've been best friends since they were, like, in middle school. It's just really sad. It does feel like the show has come between their friendship. But anyway, and then after that, I took them outside, and I gave them a greenie or a bone. And I think I was talking to Nikki at that time. No, I don't know who I was talking to. Anyway, I was talking to somebody. And, no, who was I talking to? Who was my sponsor? I don't even remember. Anyway, and so when I came in, Alex was watching Watch What Happens Live. And so we watched like 2 or 3 of them, of the Watch What Happens Live while they played. And then I took a nap, and then that's when Alex was watching Love Island UK. Yeah, my nap was early last night, because I was like, I'm going to go upstairs and take a nap. I'm so tired. But things are starting to settle down. Like I said, I'm keeping a list of like every time that, like when they get up, like how long they sleep in their crate, how long they're in their crate. Like what time they eat, how much they eat. I transitioned their food, so they're completely on the Royal Canin now. They're on like half dry food and a little bit of wet food, the Royal Canin puppy food, and they're doing really good on it. Their poop is like not runny or not messy or anything like that, so they're doing real good on that. I transitioned them to that yesterday and today, and they've done good. It's real fun. I mean, like I said, like, I think I said this earlier, maybe I didn't finish my thought, but like coming in the house last night, and they're both like just sitting there like eating their little like, you know, greenies in the bed, and Alex is eating a salad. I mean, it feels like home again. It really does. Like, and just like even seeing like Walter like tear up the stairs reminds me so much of like Boo Radley and Tucker. Pee-Pee did it too, you know, but like, I don't know, and it's funny because like Otis is so small, but he kind of has the attitude a little bit of Pee-Pee. I was telling Alex this last night. It's like I think he looks more like a Shih Tzu, but he has more of like the Chihuahua in him. Like he's very dominant. He's kind of like you would think he's the one like Walter will like pet him, and then 2 seconds later I'm like, you know, you look over, and then like Otis is like coming after Walter, and Walter's like. So anyway, Walter's kind of like the scaredy cat of the two. Like, oh, I took them out last night, and there was like this dog barking. So the neighbors I was telling you guys about from like that moved in here from Vegas, they have like a beagle, and the beagle was like standing in the doorway, like they had their screen door open or whatever, and was barking. It was like, oh, you know how beagles like are growlers, or not growlers, but howlers. And I had them out in the yard, and they just kind of like sit. Sometimes they don't. I'm like, come on, guys, let's go potty, and they just kind of like sit there, like whatever. And as soon as that dog started howling, Walter sat up like that, and then he like started, and I like had both of them on, you know, the leashes, and they like started like, he started like tearing back. I was like, no, Walter, come on. Otis is doing, Otis had no clue. He could care less. But it's fun. It's really, really nice. I mean, it's a lot, I'll be honest with you, you know, but like I said, I mean, I want to train them appropriately, and I want to do all the right things, and I think doing it now, like Alex did, you know, trained PP so well, and then with Boo and Tucker, PP really trained them, but there was a lot of stuff that we did. The crate training with them, I think is why they hardly ever had, and we took them out all the time when we first got them. I mean, they hardly ever had accidents in the house. Like we would say house, they go to their house like immediately, and they liked their house. I mean, Boo liked his house a lot. Like he would go down there and just sit. Tucker didn't really do that as much, but Tucker was never resistant. Like if we said go to your house, he'd go down there and he would like go in and turn around and like lay down like that, like he, you know. But and they're real comfortable in it, so I think that's really smart. And that, or really, I think it's really smart always to crate train. And I wasn't really sure like this time because they were so little. And Alex and I talked about it. He's like, babe, I think you need to really crate train these dogs. And so I'm really glad that we did that. So anyway, we'll see how the little crate does in the bedroom when I get all that together when it gets here. But then, so yeah, they're doing great in the crate. I don't know, like I was prepared for it being a lot of work, you know? I don't like, it's weird because like one of my friends was like, is it more than you thought it would be? It's not at all. It's more time consuming than I thought it would be because I just sit and film like, who's calling me? I just sit and film like, you know, 3 and 4 videos a day and vlog, and then like, you know, go to the pool, take a long walk, whatever. I mean, figuring out like how I'm going to fit a walk into that or whatever. That's part of the reason why I went to the pool today. Because I was like, they're napping, you know. I mean, the reality is this, is that a lot of people get dogs and get puppies and they put them in a crate or they put them in a room and they go to work for 7 or 8 hours a day. They have to, you know, or they take them to doggy daycare or whatever, they have to. I'm not in a position where I have to do that because I'm at home a lot. But for them to be in their crate a couple times a day for an hour or two is like no big deal. And they like it so far. So I'm kind of slowly easing into that. I'm probably the one that's not wanting to put them in there as much as I could, you know, like Alex is like, when he's here, he's like, leave them out, you know, whatever. I'm like, but I want them to get, you know, used to their crate as well. So the next thing is, if it wasn't so hot, I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be hot. So Wednesday I will probably walk if it's not pouring down rain. And I will try like, and when Alex is here, oh, I think he has dinner on Wednesday night. No, tonight's Tuesday. Is it Thursday that it's supposed to be like really cool down? I can't remember. Why not? He has dinner on one night this week. And then we have something we're doing this Sunday. So, and I already talked to one of my neighbors about like checking in on them, but we're not going to be gone. We're going to be gone for a while. We have a concert on Sunday that we're going to that I completely forgot about. But I'm excited about it. And so we'll be gone for a couple hours. I think they'll be completely fine, but they're going to check in on them and stuff like that because they have like, well, we all have each other's keys and stuff like that, but they're going to check in on them. And he said, my neighbor next door was like, I'll take them out for you and stuff like that. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, totally. He's like, you guys help us so much. Because with their dog, I'll like take their dog out and stuff like that. So he was like, yeah, absolutely. He was like, no problem at all. So yeah, and I don't know about tomorrow. Like, here's the thing. Usually on Wednesday, I have Cousin Fun Day. But tomorrow I don't have Cousin Fun Day. And so, but I'm also getting up earlier because of getting up with the dogs. And so if I get up earlier tomorrow, and then by like, I mean, if I get up between like, well, today I had to get up to get them ready before I went with Caroline. I'll probably sleep in. I've been trying to get them to their crate, their house. So just going forward, I'll call it their house so people aren't confused. That's what we called it with Boo and Tucker. But house means crate. Because I know somebody will be like, I haven't watched your videos for what's their house? They have their own house. So somebody can just explain to them a house is a crate. And by the way, I just want to say again, like, thank you guys for all the support and all the love. The comments are just like unbelievable. They're just so nice and so supportive. I mean, people are like, they didn't know, they have no idea how lucky they got with you guys' dad. I mean, it's just so sweet, like the comments you guys have given us. I really appreciate it. What is this? I have no idea who that person is. Oh! That's 2 people from back. I was like, how do I know? Okay, so anyway, they were like, hey, it's so-and-so. I didn't have their number saved. The camera stopped as a 30-minute mark. You guys, it is like boiling hot. I'm trying to make it last, but I don't know how much maybe I'll keep on going. But I didn't have their number saved, and they were like, hey, do you remember me? I'm so-and-so from, it was like a call, but then like, you know, like the voice, anyway. They were like, hey, it's so-and-so, do you remember me from, okay, so like in recovery, like I'm just gonna make up a name. Like, if your 12-step meeting was called like hostas for life, which it wouldn't be, but they're all like recovery sayings and slogans and whatever. Like this meeting doesn't exist anymore. It hasn't existed for years, but my home group meeting when I first got sober was called Surrender to Win. So like that's how like meetings are called or whatever. So anyway, but like if your home group meeting was like hostas for life, like somebody might not say like, oh, like I met you at Hostas for Life. Somebody might say, I met you at Hostas on Tuesday night. You remember? And you're like, and so it was a name that like, I was like, anyway, it was a name that sounded like I know you from Judy's. We met on Saturday night, like at a party or something. You know what I mean? Like it sounded like that. It like didn't click right away. Anyway, it's kind of funny. I can hear Alex in the kitchen. My nose is itching so bad. So anyway, tomorrow, I don't know, like I said, I'll probably let them sleep, I'll let myself sleep in a little bit till like 11. So I get them up at 11 and then I take them out immediately and then I feed them, well 10:30, 11, so today. But I've been feeding them at the same time. So like I took them out and did all this kind of stuff, then so I feed them like right, you know, between 11 and 11:30 every day. And then, but I also wanted to take a shower today and stuff like that, which was absolutely pointless because it is so hot outside. And then I went to the pool anyway, but whatever. I trimmed my beard and I shaved and everything like that. So, and I even like cut around my nose to make sure that my nose wasn't itching because you know it always does that. So, but tomorrow I'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably sleep till like 11, 11:15, then get them up and then take them out and stuff like that. And then, like I said, I'm putting them in their house like as late as possible so they sleep there. And they like are totally fine. They seem completely fine. And then get them up, take them out, get them their lunch, take them out again, get them some bones and stuff like that, play with them a little bit. And when they start settling down and like want to take a nap or whatever, my plan is to film some videos tomorrow or maybe go to the pool. So it just kind of depends. Like I have a backlog of videos for like every day that I could be filming, but I'm also like, okay, when is August 1st? August 1st is like Friday. I'm like, I can also start on Friday, but then it's the weekend. And I'm like, I might just take the weekend off. But I will be over here vlogging, so I will continue to vlog, even on Sunday with going to this concert. So I will continue to vlog, so keep up with me on the vlog, I guess. Whew, it's so hot out here. Now I'm like, what time did I'm like, the birds are so pretty. Oh my God, okay, so I was so freaked out. So today I came out here and my bird feeder was on the ground, the finch feeder. And I was like, did that raccoon, like whatever. And so when the landscaper was here and blah, 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 he said, you used to have all these bird feeders. I was like, yeah, I took them down. Like there's been raccoons at night and whatever. And I said, but this one fell down, so the raccoon must be back. And he goes, oh, no. He goes, when I was out here, he goes, like that branch was about to break, so I took it off. And I was like, oh. And he was like, see, and he like showed me, he's like, the branch that you had it on is like really like, it's gonna snap. And so he's like, I took it off because he had it like laid up against the tree and stuff like that. Oh my God, I'm so glad I was talking about this because a couple people have asked me what my neighbor said about the landscapers coming into their yard and stuff like that. She didn't care at all. I said to her, I went over there like after I was vlogging and stuff that day, and I said they were all around there, blah, 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 whatever. And she's like, no, I had a very serious conversation with them. They know how far to come back. She's got like tape, you guys, like not caution tape, but it looks like that, with the plants that she does not want them to touch. So like halfway up her walkway, she's got this tape all the way across that she doesn't want them going up the walkway. She's like, but trimming around here, I'm totally fine with. And so she has it like, she showed them where to trim it. So she didn't care at all. I was being protective of her. I was trying to be so protective of her, but she was like, I don't really care. She's like, they can come up here and they can trim as long as they don't. She's like, around the edge by the mailbox and up there where he was, what she did say was, she goes, I did tell them I do not want my stuff blown because it blows the mulch and it blows the, she's got like natural composting and stuff over there. So that was the one thing. And I said, Well, I said, people on my video were saying that I should have said something, and she's like, no, don't get involved. She's like, it needs to come from me. She's like, but I told them, because it's a different guy that blows every week. So like, I've told them so many times, there's no reason to blow up here, because all you do is blow the mulch around here. I'm nice about it though. I'm like, hey, could you maybe not come? Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll let everybody know. And then the next week they come up here and they blow everything around. I got to clean the table off, got to clean the chairs off, because they blow the mulch up on the front porch. So she's like, yeah, I'll just take care of it. But she wasn't even really mad about that. So she's got a big, you guys, I cannot wait to show you this. We've been kind of like waiting for a good day, and then I got the pups, and so like, you know, it hasn't been a great day to like go over and film her garden. She has this sunflower over there. Is there more than one? Well, they're kind of like, some of them are falling, but one is way up there, and it's probably like 5.5, 6 feet tall, the sunflower. I love that she has it over there. I think it's so anti-HOA. I love it, okay, that she's got this huge sunflower just growing up in the middle of her garden. I mean, like, when you look at her house, it's about that big. The first thing you see is this sunflower. It's like way at the back, and it's just like standing straight up. I absolutely live for it. By the way, this woman, okay, that I was talking to today that knows them, I've met her and her husband this summer. Like, I've met them before, but I haven't really talked to them that much. And so I was really talking to her today, and she's so funny, because she's like, oh, you and my husband have the same attitude about, like, this neighborhood gets so upset about the fishing, let the kids fish, and she's like, we agree, and she's like, they're so mean to the kids in the neighborhood and stuff like that. I wanted to say, yeah, because you got 15 grandkids that are constantly up here, but they're real good. They're like, if the kids get out of control, they're like, hey, like, not in the shallow end, you're splashing people and stuff like that. But anyway, we got laughing so hard. She was so nice. So there's been a couple people that, oh my God, I thought something just crawled up my hat. I said my hair was like turning yellow, and so I'm trying to like use the whitening shampoo to like wash it out, but it doesn't seem to do much better. But somebody was like, I think it's from the chlorine in the sun. It probably is, but the sun usually like whitens my hair, not like make it more like that, make it more like yellowish. Anyway, I have no idea what time I started this vlog. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, the battery still isn't, I must not be at an hour yet, because the battery hasn't gone to the halfway mark. And usually around an hour, or a little bit after an hour, goes the halfway mark. But then I'm like, well, I don't know which battery I'm using. Maybe I'm using the super powerful battery that goes, I'm trying to make it an hour long, okay? But I'm like, maybe this is the super powerful battery that goes for like, now that I said that about my nose, now my nose is itching. Maybe this is a super powerful battery that goes for like an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know. Laura and I might go for a night swim tonight, depending. I can tell you right now, I'm sweating bullets. So there will not be a walk until Wednesday. But I'll just use the puppies as an excuse for not. What is all of this? I don't even know who these people are. Okay. Oh, the bugs. Let's go in here. I haven't read any comments for a while. Let's go in here and see. Oh, blah-dee, oh, blah-da, life goes on. Oh my God, I was telling Alex this today. What's in Sex in the City? Hold on, let me look it up. Sex in the City spinoff reboot. It's called And Just Like That. And I think I called it And So It Goes. And so many people thought that that was so funny. I don't care. I don't care. First of all, I mispronounce everything. I get every word wrong. I call moose reindeer and reindeer moose. I call camels yaks. I get every animal wrong. I called the duck a frog the other day. I get things wrong all the time. My friend Tawny Jean do too. I just said do too. We do. We're country. That's how it is. Just that's what it is. Okay, and for number one, number two, I don't care about Sex in the City, okay? I've watched the movies because my husband loves them. He's loved the show forever. I don't care about Sex in the City. I don't care about Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't care about none of them people, okay? I don't care. I've tried to watch some episodes of it. It's not a show that I would watch. I don't care. I don't care what the spinoff is called. What's it called again? And Just Like That. And I called it And So It Goes the other day. And people are like, Peter, you're so funny. It's called And I don't care. I don't care. I think it's a stupid show. That's what I think. I think them Sex in the City shows, Sex in the Shitty shows, I think them shows are dumb, okay? And you know what? And you are fully able to think that the shows that I like are dumb too, okay? I think I like a lot of dumb shows. I will be the first one to admit that dedicating over 100 hours to Love After Lockup is probably one of the stupidest choices I ever made, but it makes me happy. And so if you want to watch Sex and the Shitty. You keep on going watching Sex and the Shitty, but I don't care. But so many people corrected me about that. We're like, oh, Peter, just so you know, it's called And So It Goes. And you know what? And so I don't care. I don't care. I love when people want to correct me. Listen, there is one person that every time I get something wrong, they correct me. And I'm just like, first of all, I just want to say this, okay? My friend Tanya Jean, I've said this before on vlogs, they, like, consistently, like, if every once in a while, like, don't feel like you can't correct me if I get something wrong and I don't know, okay? But don't you think it's kind of like, my mom used to say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, there is literally somebody that don't leave a comment unless they're correcting me. And I'm like, is it so important for you to always be right correcting somebody? Like, is that so important for you? Like, are you just, you don't enjoy the vlog at all? Like, you literally watch an hour and a half vlog and the one comment you made, and it's not ever just like, oh, Peter, you cracked me, yeah, blah, blah. It's like, this is, you said this wrong, this is how you need to do it. I'm like, you're so unhappy watching it that every comment is a correction of something. Listen, every video, every vlog I make, I'm gonna make some fucked up error. I just am, okay? Sex and the Shitty, I don't care, okay? I'm gonna make some error. My friend Tanya Jean taught me this lesson years ago, okay? It is ruder to correct somebody consistently than it is for them to get things wrong consistently, okay? So just let's take that to mind when we're constantly correcting people. Now, if it's like me saying something like, I do not know how to pronounce La Colombe coffee, and I still don't, and people are like, oh, you don't pronounce the E, and so it's La Colombe or whatever. It's like named after Colombia, and people want to tell me a story. That's fine, okay? Like when I was talking about the other day, the walk, and I said the Cambria, Santiago, whatever, so I still don't know what it's called. Cambria, I don't know. But anyway, my cousin Caroline said she's been wanting to do that for years. She goes, it's like 20 hours a day. She knows my mother-in-law. So she, like, because she spends holidays with us and stuff. She goes, does she realize it's 20 hours a day and she's not like walking? I said, I told her. So anyway, Caroline's like, well, she's like, I love those walk. I said, did you see the one about with Martin Sheen or whatever, his son, Charlie Sheen? She goes, oh yeah, the walk or whatever it's called. She goes, I loved it. When I asked about that the other day and somebody was like, or a couple people were like, oh my God, the walk is called that. I asked for that, okay? But when I say something wrong, like if somebody cracks up and I hold up the duck, Shorty, and I go, oh, the frog, like that's funny, okay? Or the other day people were like, oh my God, Peter, like you calling this, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is not a moment that we need to teach. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think it's funny or you honestly think I do not know, like I think that is totally fine to correct somebody in that moment. But if every comment that you are leaving is a correction or a complaint, are you really enjoying the vlogs that much? Like that's really my question to you. Keep on watching, keep on leaving the comments. That's on you, baby. But listen, are you really enjoying it that much? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if I've got that much of an issue with something that I'm watching, a TV show or what, I just don't watch it anymore. You know? But, like, I just think that that's interesting when, like, every comment is a correction. Woo! So, anyway, I'm just saying, okay? But thank you for the corrections. And I hope that y'all are enjoying this city of Sex and the Shitty. That's all I have to say. And I can tell you that I'm going to keep on calling it And So It Goes, and Such As It Is, and She Don't Care, because that's what I think about it. I don't care, okay? Did Jennifer Hudson play her assistant, and then she bought her a purse or something like that because she was buying... I watched that movie. What movie was that? Was that Sex and the City? The Sex and the City reboot titled And Just Like That. I will not remember that. I can tell you. Tomorrow if I'm talking about it, I'm going to call it And So It Goes. And she do. And so anyway, I said to Alex, and I said, but I did ask people in the video, this is where I say one thing. I'm talking about like one or two people, okay? If you've left a comment here or there, but it's not, I'm talking consistently. Every comment that you've left for the last 20 videos is a correction. That's what I'm talking about. If it don't apply, let it fly. The last 20 videos that you have commented on, if every comment is a correction, I'm talking about you. If it don't apply, let it fly, baby. That's what I'm talking about, okay? I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna let you keep on watching and I guess feel the need to correct me. But I'm gonna still call it Sex and the Shitty. I ain't gonna get it right, okay? I'm just telling you right now. You can correct me all. Listen, baby, I'm an old dog. You can't teach old dogs new tricks. You just can't, okay? I mean, maybe sometimes you can, but I don't... You gotta care enough about something to want to change. You know what I mean? I don't care enough about Sex and the Shitty. There are some people out there that are rolling with laughter, and there are people out there right now that are going, is he talking about me? Last 20 comments, okay? Go look at your last 2 comments. If they're not corrections, it's not about you. I'm talking the last 20 comments. Whenever I say something like this on a video, I always, oh, the battery did go the halfway mark. I always get, and this is where it's going to end, and then I'm going to have to end on this note. But I always get like 3 or 4 messages where people are like, are you talking about me? If you're asking it, I'm not talking about you, okay? Because the people that are that rude do not care. So they're not asking me. It's not about you. I'm not talking about that, okay? If you care that deeply, it's not about you, because you care on some level about being a nice person. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Not like I have never corrected somebody in my life, because let's just get it clear, okay? I have corrected my fair share of fools in my life. I've also corrected people and then been told I was wrong about my correction, okay? But I don't do it on a regular basis. And I think the reason why is sometimes, like when somebody says something like incorrectly, like a friend of mine, like if they pronounce it incorrectly, like if they say Illinois with an S, it's not Illinois, the S is silent. It drives, literally, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me when somebody says Illinois, okay? But I love my friend. I don't need to correct them and go, Illinois, there's no S. Like that's rude, okay? Like I don't need to say it to them. My friendship and my moment of enjoying that, I can get over them. I can get over my nails on the chalkboard moment. I gotta check myself and ask myself in that moment, like, and I'm not talking about like when people want to compare this to my drama channel, I don't care about them people, okay? I don't. I'm not emotionally invested in those people. I don't care about them people. So maybe it's the same for the person that keeps on correcting me. I don't know. But if I'm with a friend, like, I gotta, in that moment, like, if they're 50 years old and they are correct, they're pronouncing Illinois with an S on the end of it, Illinois, like, I don't think they're gonna change at this point, okay? Is it more important for me to correct them and ruin the moment, or just let them live in ignorance, like in bliss, okay? And I can get over my chalkboard moment, you know what I mean? Like, I think, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? So, anyway, last night I watched a Sherry Papini documentary on HBO Max, Sherry Papini Caught in the Lie. If you are gonna watch it, you need to watch the first one, which was called, what, American Couple or something like that? The first one is heavily focused on her husband. The second one is she's interviewed. It starts with her being interviewed. I knew right out of the gate. I was like, ooh, gal, this is not going to do you no favors. Because she does this thing at the beginning of it. Like, they interview her for like 2 minutes. And she does this thing and she goes, this is my magic wand. Because I'm going to do some ridiculous things in this interview. Because some of these things are ridiculous. Well, let me just give you my 2 cents about it, okay? And then I'm going to do a whole reaction. Because I took notes for days on it. First of all, her parents say she was never kidnapped, okay? But then what they say is, if you knew the true story about her ex-husband, Keith, if you knew what really happened, then you would side with her. The attorneys for her, the family practice attorneys, say the same thing. That if you knew the real story behind what happened, that Keith is so manipulative. I'm like, oh, he's more manipulative than a woman that faked her own kidnapping? Then they talk about how she didn't fake her own kidnapping. Her own parents say she wasn't kidnapped. Her own parents say she wasn't kidnapped, okay? But then they try to write it off with that, and the psychologist says, well, her parents neglected her. It all starts with them. It is so confusing when you watch it. And so the whole thing is about all this kind of stuff. This show did her no favors, okay? But all these people keep on saying, if you knew the truth, if you knew what Keith, her ex, did to her, if you knew what really happened with the kidnapping, but they don't ever say. I'm like, this is your opportunity. You got a 4-part documentary. She's interviewed. The interviewer is hard on her, too. Like, at the end of it, the interviewer, the producer, is like, well, what about this and what about that? And she's like, what more do I have to give you? I'm like, give us something, because you haven't given us anything. Like, this interview did you no favors. And this will not ruin it for you, but it'll just be a laughable moment, because you'll look for it. The very last thing she says, as the credits are rolling, do not turn it off. She looks at the camera and she goes, she says to the producer, she says, do you think this movie will be good for me, or do you think it's going to do me more harm? I was like, oh, girl, they have made a joke of you. Like, they have made a joke of you, Sherry Papini, okay? Which, by the way, I love when she's getting rescued and she gets in the guy's car at the gas station and he calls her Sherry Panini. He calls the police and he goes, I have Sherry Panini. I know this is not a popular opinion with about 3 people out there, but I'm telling you right now, I think the woman is the biggest liar in the entire world. Production at the end of it, the last episode alone, don't watch just the last episode. You have to watch all 4, okay? Because it is just a shit show. But, like, they bring something. Have you ever known anybody like this? Like, I have, like, only probably in my entire life known, like, one liar like this in my entire life. And, like, as soon as I saw it, like, distanced myself immediately. But, like, they confront her with something. So if you know who she says she was allegedly kidnapped by these 2 Hispanic women. So they ask her why she said that, okay? And the reason why she says that she was kidnapped by these two Hispanic women is because her ex-boyfriend's mother was Hispanic, okay? In the last episode, the producer looks at her and says, the investigator actually tracked down his mother, and she's not Hispanic at all, because they make this huge deal about it in this show, about how it wasn't about her being racist, and it was like her trying to point the finger at this James guy, and she had met his mother, and she was Hispanic, okay? And that was the only reason why she said it was two Hispanic women. So at the end, the producer goes, our investigator hunted down his mom, and they found out that she's actually not Hispanic, she's Irish. And Sherry Papini's like, I met her twice. And she goes, and it's not really about his mom anyway, like, that's not the point of this. I mean, I have never, like, she is so sick. She is a really sick woman. And then the psychologist diagnoses her with something that's not even a diagnosis anymore. Like, I looked it up. I was like, I've never heard of this in any true crime that I've watched or anything. And there's like whole Reddit threads of like therapists and whole forums where they're like, this isn't even a diagnosis that anybody uses anymore. Like, all these like people were like, this documentary is an embarrassment. So anyway, but I will tell you, I was like, at the beginning of it, I was like, why are we giving this woman, I'll probably say this in my reaction because I wrote it down in my notes, but why are we giving this woman more of her 15 minutes of fame? But I'm there for it. Like, it was worth it to watch. It's on HBO Max, Sherry Papini, Caught in a Lie. You really don't need to watch both of them, but the first one has, like, it doesn't go into the abuse allegations as deep in this one. Like, the first one seems more of kind of like a preface to this one, if that makes sense. Like, you learn a lot more in this one than you do, but the first one's a foundation for it. So anyway, I watched that, then I watched 2 episodes of, I listened to my audiobook a little bit last night while I was doing stuff with them too. And so I have a feeling that the Alex Cross books for July, I will be finishing the first couple days of August, because just getting the pups and stuff, I'm not listening to my audio, I'm not walking as much as I was, so. But I'll be getting to those books a little bit late, so. First couple days of August, I'll get to those. And tomorrow, we'll have to kind of see how it is. If I mean, can we just talk about the sky for a second? Blue skies, da 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 da. I mean, if I wake up tomorrow morning and I take them out, and although each of my days keeps on getting earlier and earlier and earlier, if I wake up tomorrow and it looks like that, I'm gonna take them out, get them settled, get them lunch, get them bones. I might film a video or 2, or I might not, and then I might go to the pool once they are nap ready for an hour or 2, because I had fun today. The battery is starting to die, so I'm gonna get off here. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for those of you that have been saying, there's like a light back in your eyes, you seem so much happier. I feel happy, I do, and I don't know, it's just having them has given me some hope, and I do feel happy again, so thank you for noticing that. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. If nobody else has told you this today, of course, you know, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.